Hello everyone, and today we'll be going over how to replace your factory hood vents on your S550 Mustang to these beautiful aftermarket MP concept hood vents. These are beautiful additions to your Mustang, and this is for the 2018 and newer. So let's jump right in. And the items we'll be using, we have our hood vents, we have our panel removal set, we have our 10mm socket with a socket wrench, 9mm socket, 8mm socket, a microfiber cloth, drill, and a 1/4 inch drill bit. So let's get started by popping the hood. And of course, go ahead and lift it up, undo the locking latch, and then go ahead and put our pop rod in place, like so. Once we pop the hood, we're going to look under the hood and you're going to see 14 retaining pins. They're indicated by the green circles right here. Now this is to give you the location of every pin that has to be removed for this step. So let's go ahead and grab our trim removal tool. This one has a 45-degree angle on it, so you can get right under those pins. And all you have to do is get under it, pry apart, and it pops right off. So that's one. And let's see if we can get number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I went back to the bottom one, 13, and 14. And go ahead and move the hood liner down after you get the last retaining pin out. So we're going to go ahead and start on the passenger side hood vent, and there's 4 studs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for those 4 studs, we need to remove the hood vent nuts. And we're going to be using a 9mm socket. So it's very simple. Go counterclockwise, loosen it up, and these come off fairly easy. There's no Loctite on them. And once they come loose, just take them off with your finger. Careful not to drop them. And then we'll do the other 3, and we'll go ahead and speed up the video so that way you don't have to see me do all 3 of them in slow-mo. Once we removed all 4 nuts, let's go ahead and close the hood. And we're going to go ahead and take off the hood vent. This is a very easy step. All you have to do is lift the side that's towards the windshield and push with the other hand. So you want to push towards the windshield and lift. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and it should come off fairly easy. And it popped right out. Just that easy. And of course, once you remove the hood vent, let's go ahead and clean it up using a microfiber cloth. This just get any dirt or debris that's left under your hood vent. And before we install our new hood vents, we have to do a little bit of prep work. I'm going to flip it over, and we have 4 holes that require studs. So I'm going to break open the hardware right now. Now also keep in mind, I used the bubble wrap the hood vents came with, just act as a little bit of padding. So let me zoom in right here. So we have 2 studs different from these 6. The 2 studs have thicker or bigger threads than these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 studs. So there's 6 with smaller threads than the 2 on top. As you can see right here, you can see the top ones are slightly thicker. Reason being, if you come to your hood vent right here, there's 4 holes. 1 is slightly bigger than the other 3, and that's where the thicker stud goes in. So I'm going to set that right next to that hole and set the other 3 next to the other holes. And we'll go ahead and get started installing those. So I'm going to start by hand by going ahead and getting them into the hole as straight as humanly possible. Now this step you want to take your time on. We're going to go very slow and make sure they're standing upright as much as possible because you do not want to install these at an angle. And once they're finger tight as much as possible, let's go ahead and pull out our socket wrench. This is going to be a 10mm deep well socket. And we're going to tighten up all 4 of these studs until they're completely tight. So once it's on there, go ahead and pull it right off. And then we'll do the other 3 as well. And with the studs installed, let's go ahead and grab our drill with our 1/4 inch bit, and we're going to widen out the holes on your vent support bracket. These are the holes closest to your windshield, and we just got to widen them out just a little bit. So drill into the plastic and stop when you hit the metal, and then you'll be done. Now it's time for one of your satisfying steps. We get to see how the hood vent looks on the car. So now we're going to install the hood vent. All you have to do is line up the studs on the hood vent with the holes, and all you gotta do is push the hood vent down. There's no special technique required. Just push it all the way through until the hood vent looks flush with the car. So the straighter your studs are, the easier the step is going to be. And with the hood lifted, we see all 4 studs are present. So all we have to do now is install the hood vent nuts. Just start finger tight, and then we're going to go ahead and install them permanently using an 8mm socket. Just as a little bit of caution, do not over tighten these nuts because you can warp your hood vent. So make sure they're just snug. And that looks beautiful. Let's go and repeat the same steps on the driver's side. And now that we got the hood vents installed, we can put the Mustang back together. So I'm going to grab the hood liner, place it on top of the hook towards the bottom of the hood, line up all the holes for the retaining pins, and now all we have to do is push back all 14 retaining pins into the hood liner. That makes 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and last one, 14. Beautiful. So now let's go ahead and drop our prop rod and close her up, and we can admire this beautiful work. Well, everyone, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Yep, that's a blooper reel.